Shalom, everybody. Rabbi Edelstein here with this week's installment of Rabbi E in 3, brought to you by Maor DC. Our mission is to educate, inspire, and empower. Check out our Facebook page, our website, mardc.org. Join our programs on the campus of GW University and elsewhere. Upbeat words, a hopeful message, inspiring, right? That's part of my mission statement, to inspire. Well, hold on. We'll get there, but it's a dark time in the Jewish calendar. It's hard to be upbeat. We're towards the end of the period known as the 9 days, which is itself in the period called the 3 weeks, culminating this Monday night in the saddest day of the Jewish calendar, Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av, the day on which both temples were destroyed. That is a day on which we're supposed to mourn. Think about the destruction that we, by our own actions, caused in our history and now. It's a day of mourning. It's a day of, but not hopeless mourning, not despair, an honest look at the damage we've done as a people, the way we collectively have not lived up to our mission to be a light unto the nations in the past, and again, like I said, in the present. Because the rabbis say a famous thing that should strike us to the core. Every generation in which the temple, the Beit HaMikdash, is not built, it's as if it was destroyed in that generation. That means we are responsible to some extent, certainly, collectively, as a people. So it's a dark time. And the Torah portion, Devarim, it's the first in the book of Deuteronomy, the 5th book of the Torah. The whole 5th book, by the way, is Moshe Rabbeinu, his master lectures, his review of the Torah for the Jewish people in the last few weeks of his life. The book of Devarim opens this week with words of rebuke. Now, Moshe does it in a measured way. All rebuke should be measured, and it shouldn't be excessive. But he starts by hinting to the sins of the Jewish people, the transgressions in their history as they've experienced together, the golden calf, the sin of the spies, which was the reason why the Jewish people the judgment came on them to stay in the desert and not go directly into the land of Israel. Mistakes, lack of faith, transgressions, harsh words, really, of rebuke. Tochacha in Hebrew, rebuke. Who wants to hear rebuke? Who wants to hear criticism of ourselves? Least of all, Rabbi E. But we need to. It's important. That's how we grow as people, to face our mistakes, the power that we've misused. We also read the Haftorah is from the beginning of the book of Isaiah. Actually, you're right, beginning of the book of Isaiah, stinging words of rebuke. It's called Shabbat Chazon because of the first word of the Haftorah of the book of Isaiah. Chazon, the vision of Isaiah. O sinful nation, my people does not perceive, weighed down by iniquity, stinging words of rebuke. A time to think about how we've made mistakes as a people, as individuals, for the sake of returning and restoring our faith and our connection. Now the upbeat part. This Shabbos, our great sages, some of them say, is the loftiest Shabbat of the year because it comes in the middle of this dark time. And on Shabbos, there's no mourning. There's no sad introspection. Shabbos is a day of joy and closeness to God. So the relief of this beautiful Shabbos in these dark 9 days, it glows with a greater illumination than ever. But it's a dark time, a time to face up, in general, what we've done wrong, how we can be better. The second temple was destroyed, our rabbis say, because of sinat chinam, hatred and jealousy and rivalry and evil speech between Jewish people, not with external enemies, between ourselves. That's a harsh reality. We have to face it to do better, and we can. And this Shabbos, coming in this dark period, has a glow unlike any other Shabbos of the year. Isaiah says it's a chazon, it's a special deep vision. That's the word chazon means. And the great Sloner Rabbi, whose yahrzeit is actually on Sunday, the anniversary of his passing, he says, what's the special deep vision? The word chazon is an unusual vision. So looking deeper, what does Isaiah see? He's talking about the sins of the Jewish people. Important to focus on, but what the Sloner Rebbe says is this verse here, or this phrase, hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth. Children, God says, have I raised, but they have rebelled against me. And then it goes on with the long, bitter words of rebuke. But the Slonim Rebbe says, children, even when we rebel, we're children of Hashem. That's the silver lining in the clouds of this period, that even when we've been faithless, the covenant is not annulled. There's always a chance to come back to Hashem. I've been faithless. I've gone over 3 minutes, but it's a special message today. Grab on to the opportunity on Tisha B'Av, to think about how we as a people have not living up to our calling. On Shabbos, be inspired. A Shabbos is always fresh and invigorating, and this one more than ever, with its light and our potential to come closest to God. Have a wonderful Shabbos. See that even as individuals, as a people, when we stray, when we sin, we're still children to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, children to the Holy One, blessed be He, a chosen people chosen for a special mission. Have a wonderful Shabbos.